1.
With my wagon of goods to sell in Hyrule Market at the annual Spring Festival. 1.
The Spring Festival is a celebration of the upcoming season change from winter to spring. This celebration is held every year to celebrate the planting of the year's crops and to pray to Mother Skleena for a prosperous crop season. 2.
With a glint in his eyes, he asked, "Why don't you join me tonight in Kokiri Village for the annual Spring Night celebration?" 2.
Spring Night is a celebration feast that happens before the Spring Festival. Spring Night is kind of like our Christmas Eve. 3.
There was an Edwardian bed, 3, with beautiful white silk sheets and pillows.
An Edwardian bed is a large oaken Renaissance-style bed with a canopy above the bed with silk curtains that drape over the sides of the bed, giving it a private, romantic setting. 4. A bonding is the joining of two people that joins married couples together further than their verbal wedlock. It's where two people join together physically, mentally, spiritually, and sexually in a bond that cannot be broken. This kind of joining also helps prevent adultery. 5.
The two monks fastened a 5 bondage bracelet around my wrist.
A bondage bracelet is a jeweled bracelet worn by the female to symbolize her joining to her husband. These bracelets are color-coded to the male's earrings so to help prevent adultery and symbolize the female as already being mated. 6.
Next, the monks attached 6 bondage earrings on Link's long pointed ears.
Bondage earrings are worn by the male on his ears to symbolize his joining to his wife and are color-coded to show rank, help prevent adultery, and show that he is already mated. Both these items are not given until a married couple completes the Pagan bonding ceremony.
I banish you to the world of Pagan.
7.
First, 7.
These are the rules for a couple that completes the bonding ceremony and becomes joined must follow. Negligence to these rules can result in serious consequences. 8.
For that I award this brave man Link the 8 Triforce of Valor.
The Triforce of Valor is a pin that is awarded to a soldier that risks his life or becomes wounded in the line of duty. Only solders with great stature are awarded this pin of highest honors. This pin symbolizes that you risked your life for your men on the field of battle and gains the wearer respect. 9.
Grabbing my bow and my 9 Phoenix Circles.
The Phoenix Circles are one form of a charcum. A charcum is a round weapon, kind of like a sword, only in the form of a circle. Ixie Xena, warrior princess's weapon. The charcum has a blade curvature in the shape of a crescent moon, with a round hilt on one side. The Phoenix Circles in this story, its blade is lined with all different kinds of valuable gems, and the symbol of the phoenix. 10.
But it was believed that they all died out in the time of the 10 Great War of the Lands.
The Great War of the Lands was a terrible and devastating war that befell 6 different kingdoms and cities, including Hyrule, hundreds of years ago. The war was started when a group of evil invaders from the northern continents invaded the kingdom of Avalon and kidnapped the princess. When the king of Avalon suspected the neighboring kingdom of Kalence of kidnapping his daughter, he sent in his army to retrieve her, only to be met with hostility sent by Kalence's king. When the king of Kalence tried to convince the king of Avalon that he did not capture his daughter, the king of Avalon did not believe him, thus started the Great War of the Lands. This war lasted 20 years and caused peaceful civilizations and kingdoms to be forced to take sides, fighting in a war that wasn't even theirs. Many lands and peaceful creatures suffered during this dark time, even Hyrule, who sided with Avalon. Hyrule suffered heavy losses. Much of the population was killed or died of disease. It took many years after the war ended for Hyrule and the other lands that fought in the war to regain their numbers. And it was only after a brave band of knights that sided together from each of the feuding countries that found out who really captured Avalon's princess and cleared Kalence's name, thus ending the 20-year war. 11.
But it was believed that the 11 silver lights, or elemental users, that were the ones who saved Hyrule and ended the Great War.
The Silver Lights were a race of magic users that had control over the elements during the time of the Great War. This once peaceful race once lived among Hyrule's population, using their control over the elements to help Hyrule prosper. Then they were thrust into the war after Hyrule was forced to take sides, causing the Silver Lights to fight for the protection of Hyrule. Much of this race was killed before the war ended, leaving only a few left. Then, they just seemingly vanished. Some say that the remaining Silverlights crossed the dangerous Barren Sea, or headed for the land of Garganth. Some even say that they all were captured and executed by Kalens just before the end of the war. However, there is no evidence to show of their whereabouts, but it is said that if one of the great Silverlights should ever come back to Hyrule, the land would be blessed with protection and propensity. 12. It was told to me that these wise and noble creatures lived in the 12 Black Mountains. The Black Mountains are a large mountain chain made of black rock encrusted with precious minerals. This chain lies to the north of Hyrule, where it is said the noble race called the Griffins live. 13. Just north of 13 Dragon Mount. Dragon Mount is a dragon-shaped rock formation near the Black Mountains. It is said that once the mighty dragons lived there at the base of the Black Mountains, and their land stretched to where the base of Dragon Mount now stands. Some say the dragons built the mighty rock to symbolize their land. Some say it was unearthed after the dragons were forced to move to the Poison Land as a symbol of anger and revenge on the Griffins for taking their home. 14. Where in 14 Gaia did he come from? Gaia is the planet Hyrule rests on.
No! No, 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 no! No! No, 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 no!
15. And once such enemy of the Griffins are the 15 Draconians. Draconians are a band of dark knights that fly on the backs of dragons. These knights, led under Lord Ariakas, have tamed the once peaceful dragons and turned them evil, forcing them to do his bidding.
What are you bidding on?
I'm bidding on the table.
Now this once peaceful race has been poisoned and turned dark, forced to lead a life as killers. Most dragons cannot be trusted, and the only dragons that remain free are the bronze and silver-colored dragons. All blue, red, and black dragons are now evil, polluted by Ariakas, and have become carriers for dark knights. 16. The Dark Knights under the follow of the 16 Dark Lord Ariakas of the Shadow Realm. Lord Ariakas of the Shadow Realm is an evil being that was once a wizard that served under the King of Kalens during the time of the Great War. After he was discovered that he was planning to poison the king in order to gain control over the kingdom,
Duke Uncle betrayed the king. I know.
he was forsaken to the evil Shadow Realm. It was during his time there that Ariakas harnessed the power of the Shadow Realm, practicing in the ways of black magic. Once he harnessed the powers of the Shadow Realm, he vowed revenge on those who put him away, as well as all who aided Kalens during the war. With promises of eternal life and untold riches, Ariakas managed to rally together a band of followers to follow him in the ways of the Shadow Realm, turning them into Dark Knights. Now, with his power over the dragons, and with new people walking in the ways of the shadow, Ariakas is now a feared and dangerous man, with a hell-bent desire on expanding his reach over the now peaceful lands, thrusting for total domination over them. 17.
I wouldn't be too surprised if he does plan on spreading his control past the 17 Black Desert.
The Black Desert is a dangerous and treacherous desert that borders Hyrule's western border. This desert is well known for its thick black sand and dangerously immense heat, hence the name, Black Desert. Only one so brave with a strong will manages to cross the immense Black Desert and lives to tell about it. Most who attempt to cross it either die from heat exhaustion or get lost in it. 18. 18. This is the Snake River. The Snake River is a large winding river found near the Black Desert's border. This massive river is deadly to cross because of the malevolent swelling, water, and dangerous rapids. Only few ever succeed to cross it and live to tell about it. 19. we might be found by the 19 Dark Knights. And trust me, you don't want to get captured by them. Dark Knights are people who walk in the way of the shadow under the guidance and rule of Lord Ariakas. These dangerous followers of Ariakas practice in the ways of dark magic and walk down the evil path of the shadow, driven by the demons of the Shadow Realm. As a symbol of their faith, Dark Knights wear armor decorated with skulls and the symbol of the Black Lily. Most people who chose to walk the path of darkness usually spend their life serving the shadow, though only a few have ever managed to change his sides, due to the fact that once you swear allegiance to Ariakas in a blood oath, you give your soul over to him and to the Shadow Realm, therefore sealing your fate to them.
Your soul is mine.
20. In the figure's hand was a long sword with the emblem of a 20 black lily at the base of the blade. The black lily is the symbol of the Shadow Realm, and all Dark Knights are required to wear this upon their armor as a symbol of their allegiance and blood oath to Lord Ariakas. 21.
That is the Tower of the Griffin Council, 21, also known as the Tower of Elders, the place where the Council Elders lie.
The Griffin Council, also known as the Tower of Elders, are a group of the oldest and wisest griffins among their kind. These elder griffins are responsible for the safety, political decisions, and rule-making of the Griffin Society. The Griffin Council was founded during the time of the Great War, when the humans thrust their kind into slavery. It was during that time that the Griffin Council decided that humans were not to be trusted. Even after the war ended and peace was restored. Now, with the threat of Ariakas and his Draconians, the Council Elders have sealed off their borders to human access and have deemed all Griffins denied access past Dragon Mount. Even though the Griffins do not trust humans, it was well known that High Priestess Alhana granted access to Link and his wife Jenna Silverblade, and also gave them one of their precious mind glyphs because of their heroic deed in returning one of their kind back safely to them when he was stranded in Hyrule due to a draconian attack. But even though the Griffins do not just trust anyone, they hope to one day trust all humans once again. Meh. 22. Give me your mug, dear, Link said as he poured himself a mug of 22 Griffin Spice. This stuff will warm your chilled bones. Griffin Spice is a very potent type of spiced ale. The Griffins are the only species that make this type of ale. No one is quite sure what type of spice the Griffins use in their ale to make it so potent. But some people think they use the tapus root, which, if eaten, causes hallucinatory effects. If the tapus root is left to ferment in alcohol, it gives the drink a sharp taste, but causes one to get drunk more quickly than most types of ale. 23. Across the 22 Barren Sea. The Barren Sea is the largest ocean on planet Gaia.
No!
That's about a day's ride to the north of Hyrule. This large
Water!
mass is said to be the most dangerous because of a large, massive sea creature that is said to live in its depths, sinking any ships that try to cross it. It is also said that if a ship manages to cross without getting attacked by the sea beast, then it will be lost to either the torrential storms that plagues the ocean or the massive whirlpools that roam its waters. 24. Link, the hero of time, and Jenna Silverblade. 23. Silverblade is Link's last name.
No! No, 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 no! No!
When I, Jenna, married him, I also acquired the hero's last name. Link Silverblade's brave deeds have spread across planet Gaia.
No fucking way, no fucking way, no fucking way, no fucking way!
There isn't a race known that hasn't heard of Link Silverblade, the hero of time. 25. That crystal is called a 24 Mind Glyph. The Mind Glyph is a small clear crystal with telepathic powers. These small crystals are only owned by the Griffins and are symbolic to their people. It is said these telepathic crystals are connected directly to the Griffins, making mind-to-mind communication easy among them. Not too many other races outside their kind own one of these, and only ones truly trusted by the Griffins are so lucky to be given one of these beautiful and rare crystals. 26. The only other creatures big enough that could fly were the 25 Unipegs. A Unipeg is a cross between a unicorn and a Pegasus. The Unipegs are winged unicorns. These creatures are said to have mystical powers and can only be seen by a person pure of heart. These mystical beauties are also said to live among a magical forest that only appears in the light of the full moon, taking care of the creatures that live among it. If one is lucky to have a Unipeg come to them, it is said that all your dreams and prayers will come true. 27. That lived to the south of Hyrule in the 26 Mystic Rainforest. The mystical rainforest is a magical forest that only appears in the light of a full moon. This forest is constantly changing shape, making it hard for non-magic users traveling in search of it to find it. Stories also tell that if one should enter the magical rainforest and are not in the ways of magic, may get lost inside the constantly changing forest and never come back out, though most people only seek out the forest in search of the mystical creatures called Unipegs in order to have their prayers answered. 28. Flying with the swiftness of a 27 Carrier in flight. The Carrier is a small, swift, predatory bird that lives along the borders of Gerudo Valley. This small desert bird hunts small mice and lizards for food, though it will occasionally attack larger lizards and other birds. The Carrier is a territorial bird that will attack to defend its territory and any females in it from enemies and other encroaching males. 29. When I got there, he had the tub already filled with hot water. And 28. Laxius flower. Laxius flowers are small purple flowers with herbal powers. These small flowers are only found in the forest and are mainly dried then crushed into a powder to use in healing potions or into a liquid for use in herbal tub bathes. When the vapors are breathed in, the medicine of the flower helps to relieve pain and relax tense sore muscles. It is also said that the scent of these flowers occasionally causes seductiveness, causing one to become easily aroused. Sometimes the vapors from these flowers are used to help a couple relax during intercourse, then helping the couple experience longer, intense periods of lovemaking. Aphrodisiac.
And on that triumphant note, our journey across Hyrule ends. For now. I'm sure we'll return here and there, but this is the end of my inner life. Thank you to all my amazing Patreon supporters for making this exhibit possible, particularly Michael Fattori, Break System BSE, Xana Zira, and Zachary Snowden Smith. And thank you for being you.